So, Scrambler, now it's a brand now, and this brand is really representing some novelties in the Ducati world since 2015. So 2 years ago, we decided to, let's say, restyle a famous brand, so something coming from the 60s and 70s. So we have reinterpreted the product, including the values. I mean, the fact of, you know, enjoying freedom, enjoying the bike in a very relaxed, less dramatic way, um, versus the world of racing, which is basically one of the roots of Ducati. Extraordinary success, 43,000 units sold. We are massively growing in the digital world. We've also created a web digital radio, which is a unique opportunity. So take advantage of our web radio. Okay, this said, I think we're ready to have a look at the new Scrambler products 2018. Scrambler Mac 2.0 video, please.
The all-new Mark 2.0 Special Edition. 803cc L-twin engine. 73 horsepower. Fuel injection. 6-speed gearbox. LED lights. Scrambler by Ducati.
So, Scrambler Mac 2.0. This is a special version. We will give you some details in a few minutes because our Scrambler department keeps creating new products, especially in the world of Scrambler 800. Let's have a look. So Scrambler is a brand that is based on the values that we have listed a couple of minutes ago, but this is also based on custom, I mean personalization. So the basis is the 800cc engine, 2 valves air, but they are very personalized. This is the Desert Sled Black. This is the novelty for 2018. This is based on the basically Desert Sled frame. So it's basically the Enduro Heritage, 200mm suspension travel. This is off-road, and it comes in a new livery, so new special mix of colors. You have the Scrambler Mark 2.0. This is a customization coming from the Scrambler icon. Now the icon is basically the leading member of the family. There are so many details that are so typical for this bike, including the graphics that we have developed with a famous California-based designer. To wrap up, this is a street classic. It comes with a mix of classic and modern components. There's a brand new color. This is sort of a matte or opaque gray. And this is to conclude the range of the new Scrambler 800. So, altogether, we went through the world of Scrambler. So we have very well-known bikes with different, customizations or variants for 2018. So once again, this brand is growing. I know it's a mature brand now. So in a way, I have to say that this brand is really, really able to, come or offer something different. So we are now able to offer a product which is now totally new. So this product is absolutely able to make sure Scrambler reaches a different level, a more technological level, a level that is really able to make dreams come true. So people looking at Scrambler bikes, not finding the right product. So the adrenaline level is, going up because we want to see a brand new bike. So this is the first major novelty from the Scrambler world, model year 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the new Scrambler 1100. So, the new Scrambler 1100. So, as I said before, this is where, the brand becomes mature enough to offer, a superior product. It is based on a bigger engine, and it is a stronger bike. Let's say it's more comfortable for the rider, but also for the passenger. Top technology for this bike, able to meet the needs of the most demanding riders. Now, basic engine is 1100 cc. Displacement, torque curve is very flat. And thanks to this, let's say the enjoyability of the bike is guaranteed in many conditions. So you don't have to, shift up or shift down too frequently. So it is sporty, but also very comfortable. It's a sort of a reinterpretation of the two-valve air engine that we know very well, but we have customized it, especially for the Scrambler world. It's a technological bike, once again, so it brings about plenty of, technological, sophisticated elements. I'd like to draw your attention onto the cornering ABS. It's a fixture. It's a feature which is so important for safety, because in this case you can really, you have a major angle, but you can, brake or use your braking system in an excellent way anyway. So we're so happy we have this, function in the Scrambler world, because we think that this ratio, performance and safety ratio, important. Now the bike is bigger, even the, let's say, capacity is bigger. You have a bigger tank, a double disc, hydraulic clutch. Please get to the site, you will see all of the technical features. Please visit us at EICMA exhibition. You will see all of the beautiful details of this bike. This is typical of the Scrambler world. So we have the standard version, but we also offer, let's say, custom versions. I think that this is the typical Scrambler style. So we have a short video. You can see here the Scrambler 1100 Special.
Rob the bank. We got Steve outside, counting full pack, and everything's cool and everything's smooth. Hey, that's smooth. I walk to the teller, I give her the letter, excuse me.
I know what you're thinking. Cute girl, awesome bike. What could possibly go wrong?
The bucket up lips and a wink that I found cute, and I said, baby, baby, baby. Is there some karmic G-love thing happening here, baby, or what?
Everybody be cool, it's a robbery!
Jobs, make a little money. No one gets hurt.
It's not the girl. Continue pursuit.
Now, the video is absolutely stunning. The policeman didn't get the girl because the girl is here tonight.
Imogen, nice to have you here.
Ciao Claudio.
So, what's a pleasure. Imogen è una fantastica motociclista.
Imogen is a fantastic bike rider. She lives in LA. And of course, we wanted to have her in our presentation. So she knows the scrambler bikes very well because, I mean, she was involved already in the past into the presentation of our scrambler Cafe Racer.
You are kind of already familiar with the Scrambler brand, and you had the possibility to use the Cafe Racer.
Yes.
But now you stay a couple of days riding this new Scrambler 1100 for the video. What's your impression when you compare the motorcycle?
Well, yeah, like you said, I became familiar with this bike, but the 1100 has a lot more torque and power. It's still easy and fun to ride. I love it. It's the perfect bike for a getaway.
Okay, so it's perfect bike for getaway. So la moto era abbastanza.
Once again, the bike was performing enough to have a getaway.
The bike seems a perfect fit for you in the video. So
Yes.
what's your feeling?
Oh, I loved it. I had so much fun. I was very tempted to run away with that bag of money, but no, I did the right thing and I gave it back.
So, thank you so much, Imogen. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being with us. And i più attenti avranno riconosciuto
I'm sure you have
la canzone del video.
recognized, I mean, the song of the video. It's a song which is very famous from Fun Loving Criminals. It dates back to some years ago, but anyway, after the song, they have sold more than 10 million copies, and they managed to win 25 platinum records. We have the honor to have the leader of the Fun Loving Criminal, Hugh Morgan.
Amen. Thank you for being here.
It's great to be here. Great song.
So, great song, but what was the feeling in seeing? What do you think about the song and the product together?
Well, you know, I thought about it. Motorcycles equal freedom. Rock and roll equals freedom. Rock and roll motorcycles go right together. So, for me, it was a perfect fit. And seeing the way you guys produced the video, it was just fantastic. And it reminded me of one of those great 1970s getaway movies. Fantastic.
Okay. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. And the next possible question is, but you've seen the video, and if you had to do the video yourself, which kind of comment you have?
Well, I think it's great. I always love those kinds of movies, the 1970s kind of, like, I guess, heist movies. And what I always thought was great about motorcycles, you can get around all that cop stuff, get around the police and things. So I think she did a great job getting away from the police as well.
Okay. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being here.
Grazie.
And see you at EICMA.
Yes.
See you. Thank you.
My man.
Hey,
All right.
thank you so much.
All right.
Let's do it.
Good, you did great. I think everybody was talking.
Ok, quindi Scrambler 1100
So we
Special.
said Scrambler 1100 Special. This is a custom version, so it's a takedown from Scrambler 1100. You can see here the list of features. So we have a dedicated color. We have different, finished components with different finishes. For example, the chrome, exhaust together with the swing arm. So Scrambler means a new product. I mean, there's a basic product, and then you have a big family of custom versions. Now, custom versions, this is, there's more than this, and I need to show you a short story to tell you more about the Scrambler. So, in terms of working group, me and my colleagues, we usually frequently test the bikes during the development. Almost every 2 months, we have an organized tour. We spend a whole day testing new bikes. So, during tests of Scrambler 1100, we decided to say that this product is a really emotional product, also in terms of a sport use. So we have created a Scrambler 1100 Sport version. Scrambler 1100 Sport. Now, this is yet another customization that concerns top performances. Top quality suspensions, you can see here dedicated graphics, dedicated seat. You can see that we have lowered the front part of the bike. You can really enjoy the look of this Scrambler, including performances. And I can guarantee that with only 86 HP, with such a strong torque, which is available at low revs, so this means total enjoyability. Okay, this is it with our Scrambler, well, new Scrambler collection. Now, I'm sure you have realized that this world is becoming bigger and bigger. We keep developing it. This means that the brand is now really mature. It offers a complete range of products, which is totally unprecedented. I mean, in the Scrambler, we had the 400, and now we have the 800 in many versions. So we have the 800 Icon and its versions, so the Cafe Racer, the sled. We also seen a brand new Scrambler 11,000, very technological, that comes in the standard version, including the special version and the sport version. We're now ready to get into the new brand Ducati world. So let's talk about Ducati. Now, here in Ducati, we have people who are, real unprecedented, I mean, let's say Ducatistas. I mean, they really, really love their bikes. I mean, they feel a deep emotion when they, hear the engine, when they touch the bikes. Ducatisti are also people who buy bikes and they keep them in their living room. Somebody chooses a name for their bike. They have an incredible, link with their bike. So here in Ducati, we are the top Ducatistas. I mean, we feel very close to the spirit of our customers. So let me talk about some of the values that we have every single day when we work every day. And you can see here the typical values of this brand. They are a source of inspiration. They are inspiring the behavior of people who are working with us in Bologna, but also around the world. So style, sophistication, and performance. Style means extraordinary care that we put in looking for the right shape of our bikes. Some minutes ago, I said we are proud of being Italians, and this is an incredible feature that we have here. It's a very important characteristic of the beauty that we have here in this country. So we want to create beautiful bikes. Our designers spend days and nights to create new emotions and new shapes. Sophistication, this means we don't like simple, trivial solutions. We want to have something original and unique. We want to use the most performing materials and sophisticated solutions. This is what it takes if you really want to make a perfect Ducati. Last but not least, the top performances. I mean, racing is one of the roots of Ducati. So performances are also so important. I mean, we want to, once again, do new feelings. When you speed up, when you generate a sound, when you have a special performance of the engine, all of this is a part of our brand. Performance is an ever-changing world because, of course, people are different, the situation changes, and we need to make sure that comfort, safety, security, and even the rideability of bikes are becoming more and more important in the minds of our technicians and engineers and designers when they create bikes. What you see here in the slides are some of the concepts we've been developing in the past years. This means that today we can count on extraordinary performances in a safe, reliable, comfortable way. So we make products for our customers, but we offer also service to our customers. So, we want to manage bikes in the best way possible and in the way, service is carried out. I mean, we want to constantly improve products and services. So we are so proud to say that in 96 of our markets, we are able to deliver spares within 48 hours. This is extraordinarily important to guarantee top satisfaction when using the bike. Now, this brand comes from the sport system. So we had sporty, let's say, bikes in the past. The two buzzwords were, racing and racing track. While today we are in the touring business, adventure, and even the, touring business. Once again, the brand is now bigger, wider, and let's explore the first such world. There's a beautiful video talking about Multistrada Enduro. Multistrada Enduro Pro. This is a new development in our family. This is Andrea Rossi. Andrea is the chief trainer. Andrea, thank you so much for what you do. So Andrea is the chief trainer of this beautiful, riding school. We like to think that we only had the let's say a racing track school. We now have the enduro school together with Beppe Gualini. Andrea gives us the opportunity to really understand mud or muddy conditions. Now Andrea was one of those persons who've given a contribution to the development of our products. Please tell us about this bike. This is an incredible bike because it is very versatile. It gives you emotions while you use it. Once again, very versatile. So technical features give you the possibility to, face every single condition, and you have fun. One of the things we do in our school is the, user friendliness. We want to have from bikes. It's a very, let's say, immediate bike, which is so important in the bikes like this. Okay, thank you, Andrea. Once again, in our website, you will see all of the list and the dates of our, training courses. It's a great experience. I'd like you to, to try it. So, Multistrada Enduro. Once again, it's an off-road bike, but it gives you extra opportunities. This bike has also an incredible capacity of, let's say, grand touring character or traveling a long distance. The tank contains 30 liters of fuel. This means you can really enjoy it for long distances, something which is unprecedented. The consumption level is quite low. There's a long travel of suspensions, so you can really face every single kind of, surface, every kind of, pathway when you are riding the Multistrada Enduro. Now, Andrea Rossi is not just the chief trainer of the DRA in Bolzano, he's also the tester. You can see Andrea once again riding this beautiful bike for testing purposes. Very beautiful pictures, beautiful image, because here everyone loves bikes. And I think that if it was a cartoon, well, many people said, well, I would like to be there because, I mean, this is really heart opening and heart beating, of course. So this is it with our Multistrada Enduro. So let's switch off the lights on the Enduro and let's cast light onto the Cruiser World X Diavel first. So, X Diavel, as we say, for 2018 we have prepared a new color, a beautiful, charming white color, adding to what we already have to continue the development of this fantastic range. We also have a surprise when talking about X Diavel. I need a friend of Ducati. In a way, he is, well, he's in love with the X Diavel. So we will ask him to tell us what he thinks about the Diavel. Massimo Bottura, one of the most famous chefs in the world. Now, Massimo has the Osteria Francescana restaurant in Modena. The waiting list is months long. And we asked Massimo Bottura what surprised him from this X Diavel.
Esattamente quello che io vedo in una moto così, l'ossessione per la qualità, l'ossessione per il sound, l'ossessione per la manetta. Io vedo proprio questo, cioè l'ossessione della qualità. Facciamo esattamente lo stesso mestiere, la creatività, la ricerca, esattamente allo stesso modo. Guardiamo il passato in una chiave critica e non nostalgica, per portare il meglio del passato nel futuro. E poi c'è sempre quel pizzico di follia di quando pieghi, smanetti.
Grande, grande Massimo. Massimo.
Thank you for this contribution, Massimo. So Massimo told us, well, that we have the same job, we do the same thing. So I had another question. What is then the main target of his creativity process in the kitchen?
È il mio punto d'arrivo. Quando io esco dalla cucina e vado al tavolo e vedo le persone emozionate.
You know, when I see people, my customers around the table, I see emotions. I mean, they almost cry because, I mean, we are really touching, you know, something in their, you know, mind, in their soul. And this is great. This is my real target. Okay, so, you know, I wake up in the morning and then I start working, you know, and then I ignite my bike and I hear the sound. Just like listening to Charlie Parker, it's just like, you know, listening to, you know, Miles Davis, you know, whispering, and you say, wow. So what I want is the real emotion. I mean, I live in the land of motors. I mean, I am from Modena, so I really wanted to hear the beautiful noise or sound of a bike. Thank you so much, Massimo Bottura, one of the top chefs in the world. We'll wait for you in Ducati. Don't forget your helmet. Okay, thank you so much. So from Tokyo. Thank you, Massimo. A very nice clip that you have offered us. Massimo couldn't make it here tonight. He's now in Tokyo, Japan, but he wanted to tell us, you know, what he does in the kitchen, and then there are so many similarities with what we do. So what we have in common is emotions and creativity. So back to X Diavel, as we say. This product, you know, it sort of merges two different worlds. Cruiser world, which is a relaxed, you know, riding, and then, you know, feet forward, and the, you know, low speed excitement from Ducati. So once again, Cruiser and Ducati, and you know, the two worlds come together. Look at these figures, look at the angle. This is absolutely stunning. I mean, you have 40 degrees for a cruiser. So of course it's a cruiser, it's a bike that you can really well, have fun with. So you can use it right in, you know, the heart of metropolitan areas, but you can also have fun when you want to, you know, ride it, you know, out of the city. Okay, there's another video talking about the beauty of X Diavel.
The intersection of worlds. The road along which you discover you're part of something. The multiplication of potential. Maximal strength with minimal effort. Facing forward, forgetting what is behind. Different from what you knew. Low speed excitement.
Okay, this is it with X-Diavo. We go into another world. I mean, a bike that has created a brand new segment. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. We have a video to talk about this bike. Ladies and gentlemen, we launched it with a dynamic presentation, but it is a new development in model year 2018, the new Monster 821. Now, Monster is an iconic bike, so you have a very simple, two wheels, a chassis and a tank, almost nothing else. So it has given us the opportunity to reach an incredible number of fans. We have sold 320,000 Monster bikes since they started production, and much more than other bikes. This has generated an extraordinary community. So it is thanks to this community that we really would like to introduce this bike to you. I'd like to have the boys and girls from the Monster community here on stage. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Eleonora, who's Eleonora? This is Eleonora. Hi, ciao. Good evening, everyone. Now, Eleonora is the representative, the spokesperson of this group, so she will be talking on behalf of everyone. She will be talking about her link with the bike. I was told that you became a biker because you fell in love with the Monster. Yes, it was love at first sight, just like in, Love Story. I saw a Monster and I said, I have to have it, I have to ride it. So I became a rider, and I am an incredible monsterista. It's an incredible story, thank you. I was also told that you have a boyfriend. Well, he's not the passenger. No, he's a biker. I have many friends in the biker community. We are free and happy. Thank you so much for being here with us. I saw you in action, so let's see once again Eleonora, but in the product video. Thank you. Now the time has come to, delve into the real major novelties of 2018. We talked about different worlds, but this is the right time to, really change our clothes back to leather and enjoy the first major novelty 2018. Enjoy.
Signore e signori, la Panigale 959 corse, con un ospite d'eccezione appena arrivato da Losail, Chad Davis.
We're really being very lucky because, I mean, you know, we make bikes, but we also have these guys. They are adorable. Another big round of applause. Chaz is a great rider.
So Chaz, very hard season, but at the very end, second again, vice world champion, many race win, a lot of podiums. So again, a very good season.
Yeah, overall, you know, we've wrapped up the P2 in the championship, which I was very satisfied about. Last night, under the lights, was the last race of the year, and I'm really happy to be here. We rushed back from Qatar last night. It was an eventful evening, but I came home very happy. So yeah, I'm very proud of the way we finished the season.
Okay, so now there is one question that was not in the list, but I need to do it.
Go on then, hit me.
How did you manage to make the start of the second race?
I'm still asking myself that. You know, when you really want to do something and you put your mind to it and you 100% focus on doing something, I believe that really anything is possible. And I was so focused on putting pressure on Tom immediately in the second race that even I exceeded my own expectation with that start. I just went off and it was like people were going backwards, and yeah, it was amazing. So leading from 8th to 1st in the first corner was incredible.
Da ottavo a primo nella prima curva, ragazzi.
From 8th to the first corner, well, this is a great achievement.
Thank you. Panigale 959.
Okay, this is it. Panigale 959 Corse. Well, this is a special version. It's a takedown from the Panigale 959. Now, the Panigale 959 is our sporty mid-range two-cylinder bike. A fantastic compromise between top performances on the one side and rideability, or let's say road and track enjoyability. It's even more sophisticated. So now it comes with top-notch, top-quality components, extraordinary suspensions, extraordinary components also in terms of the exhaust system, lithium battery, and you know, altogether this product is absolutely stunning, and it's a beautiful product to see. And as you can see, we have a dedicated special livery. It's a takedown from the MotoGP you know, bike. So this is a red matte, same livery. Okay, this is it with our Panigale 959 Corse. Okay, we now step into a different world, and in this case we don't need any, you know, well, leather protection because we get into a relaxed world. I think that you know, if you have visited, you know, an unknown country, and if you traveled you know, into this country riding your bike, well, I'm sure you understand what I'm going to tell you. Now, visiting an unknown country, riding a bike is a sensory experience. The five senses are on. You smell, you feel the temperature, so the warmth, the cold, you hear the sounds. I mean, you see the asphalt sort of moving under our bike, and you know, all of these dynamics. This is impossible to imagine, I mean, if you are not riding a bike. Because, for example, if you drive a car, I mean, if you have a windshield and then you are sort of, you know, constrained inside, I mean, a car, well, the feeling is different. It's just like, you know, watching a boring film at the television. So the travel in that case is not an experience. In that case, it's time that goes by. So if you use your bike to be a tourist, I'm sure you understand all of these feelings. But you know, tourists were very heavy, boring bikes in the past, no emotions out of them. So we have something to say in this segment. So we have invented the multistrada. Now, multistrada is a mix between, comfort, touring, top performances, and deep emotions. So we believe in Multistrada. We have made different models, different styles, and for 2018, we want to present you with a Multistrada that we have further improved. Ladies and gentlemen, new Multistrada for 2018. Multistrada 1216, this is its name, 1216, because this is based on an evolution and development of the current engine that becomes bigger, reaching 1,260 cc's. Multistrada, as I said before, is the response, in our opinion, to put these two elements together. So you have performances on the one side and comfort, performances and the, let's say, touring attitude. Now, this new Multistrada 1260 is able to, let's say, raise the bar because it merges the two different worlds. I mean, comfort and performances, technology and deep emotions. Safety on the one side, fun on the other. Now, the beating heart of the Multistrada 1260 is the brand new engine. Now, the displacement is now bigger, and the key advantage of this bike is to have a torque curve which is so flat. You can see here the difference between the new engine. Just look at what we have done for the engine Multistrada 1260. Look at this yellow area. Now, there's a very full torque at mid-ranges, which is what basically you always use in the touring world. But you also have an interesting advantage in terms of top performances at top revs. On the Multistrada 1260, we've done many other details because, touring lovers know that details make the difference. So once again, we have raised the bar in terms of customer satisfaction. So once again, the bar is higher and higher. Now, the bike comes with a brand new dashboard. It is a very high resolution dashboard. Now, this new high resolution dashboard is brand new. It comes with plenty of different menus, and it is so easy to set the endless electronic possibilities that such a bike offers you. Now, we've also developed a brand new app. I mean, those of you who know the Multistrada app, well, you will discover the app 2.0. Now, this app may be connected to the bike. It can download data, for example, the angle, speed, and many other very interesting data. And all of this data may be shared with your community. Now, this means that you have this extraordinary, brand new opportunity, which is available right from today, in order to have the analog experience of using the bike together with the digital experience given to us thanks to new technologies. We also have carried out some changes on the chassis to improve stability at high speed, and minor modifications on some components making up the design. Different rims, different wings. We've changed some of the components, and so it's a list of small details, but once again we've made many minor changes and modifications. Once again, a very important, a key product for us in terms of the performance redefined philosophy, and I think that was a quantum leap forward. I'm sure this bike will guarantee you top satisfaction to our Ducatista. So the most beautiful thing, as usual, is seeing it in action. A fantastic emotion. Now, the production of Multistrada 1260 has just begun, so the bike will be around the world at your dealers within the end of the year. So get in touch with your local closest dealer to test it, to try it, so that you can really see and feel all of the improvements to the Multistrada. Now, back to our tradition. This is what we usually do for the Multistrada world. Well, we also have made a sportier version. It's one of the main features of our range. So we have the Pikes Peak version, or one of our best sellers. It is really deeply loved by our fans. So this is the video on the Multistrada 1260 Pikes Peak. Multistrada Pikes Peak, so it shares all of the features and the improvement of with Multistrada 1260S, which is the one I have here on my right. Now, we have added new components, very sporty components, top quality suspensions. In this case, we have many levels of adjustment. So in this case, you can really change the hydraulic braking capabilities. In the 2018 version, you will have aluminum rims. They are lighter in order to reach new, let's say, enjoyability levels. So Multistrada, a big step forward also with the sporty version. And okay, this is yet another chapter or another part of our range. Let me now open the very last part of our, let's say, new developments concerning this Ducati World Premiere tonight here in Milan. So you've seen we have deployed so many efforts, we've taken up so many challenges, we have worked so much in the scrambled world and even in the Multistrada world. You know, these two sectors are so important for us. This World Premiere 2018 is a product presentation that is sort of representing a discontinuity. I mean, something brand new. You know what I'm talking about. In Misano some weeks ago, we have presented an engine that, in my opinion, is just like a watershed, Desmo 16 stradale, so the road Desmo 16, that shows, if you will, the fact of, you know, closing one cycle and opening a brand new cycle. This is what Massimo Bottura, the chef, said. You know, I look at the past, but I don't want to feel nostalgic. So the big question was, what can we offer our fans or supporters for the future? Well, I think that we have to leverage on our heritage of experience and knowledge after 13 years of MotoGP. This was the best answer ever when conceiving sporty bikes in the next decade or so. So one of the key inspiration was the work done by Gigi Dall'Igna and his engineers to make what is probably one of the best engines in the MotoGP, maybe the best engine. This engine has given us extraordinary performances, I mean, from the point of view of speed in racing tracks around the world. So our inspiration was so deep and direct. This is what our engineers have done. Some components have been taken directly from the MotoGP, you know, so the layout, the bore, the combustion chamber, the twin pulse firing order, the rear wheel, the rotating crankshaft, and even the Desmo engine. Well, all of this makes this engine a unique one, because not only does it, you know, transfer so much technology from a championship where technology is so high to a lower level, something that's affordable. The price is, let's say, aligned to the basic prices of our sport bikes. I mean, we had a V4 version, but that was very exotic, while this bike will be sold in almost full compliance with the average price of mass production bikes. At the same time, we have added another feature to what I have just said. I mean, the rotation system and even the you know, the twin pulse firing order. Well, this is sort of a mix between a two-cylinder and a four-cylinder engine. This engine has been tested for so long in our testing department because we absolutely want you to feel secure. So we want to sell reliability. Maintenance interval is 24,000 kilometers for the valve adjustment. A major effort was then deployed to merge top performances on the one side to the, let's say, duration of maintenance intervals. I mean, we can say that the general reliability of the engine depends exactly on these features. We have presented the engine already. We want to see the chassis and the bike, right? Now, as for the chassis, this is a development, an incredible development, I have to say, of the Panigale chassis. It's small, it's compact size, it is a little bit longer on the bottom, so that we can guarantee a sort of a segregation between, the flexion and the torsion. So these two kind of, strengths are fundamental in order to comply with traction and performance right in the middle of corners. This is a sporty bike, and performances are the key strength. Plenty of inspirational points from MotoGP, for example, the rear suspension. Now, the chassis is shorter, of course. It had to be shorter because in this case you save on weight. Now, paradoxically, it is not very important in the MotoGP because, I mean, weight has a specific limit. On the road products, of course, you have to have, light products. This is of an utmost importance, and this is why we really wanted to work so much on reducing weight. Now, back to the frame. There are many analogies with the MotoGP. We have the same horizontal and vertical cylinder positioning angle of the MotoGP in 2015. So maybe you remember the GP 2015. We had there the first, rear rotation. Now, there are plenty of novelties. We also signed some agreements with our most important partners so that we can really have some exclusivity agreements. So we have important components we fit on our product, and this is exclusive products. We have at least 2 new products. A new product from Bimbo, the name is Stilema. This is a part of the brakes. You will find it on the Panigale V4, and a rear tire developed by Pirelli 260. For the first time ever, it introduces exactly the same size that you can find in the superbikes. There are many other components that we have developed and we have taken down from current bikes into V4. Suspensions have been changed. Please look for some information on the website, and even the rims have been redesigned in order to reduce weight. It wouldn't have been possible to obtain this result without the cooperation of major suppliers that you can see here. All of these top-notch suppliers have been working with us day and night in order to create this extraordinary object that you can see here on my left. I really would like to thank all of our suppliers. Thank you so much for what you do with and for Ducati. I know what you're thinking of. Well, you said, okay, you've shown the engine, you've shown the chassis. Can we see the bike? Of course, a Panigale V4. Ladies and gentlemen, the Panigale V4 with a secret weapon from Ducati. This is Michele Pierro. Hi Michele, thank you for being here. Now, Michele is the secret weapon of Ducati because, I mean, he's a golden boy. But, I mean, he manages to move from extraordinary performances in the MotoGP to the testing work that he does in the MotoGP. He has helped so much our product development guys to prepare and create this bike that has so many things in common with Desmo Sedi GGP. You're right, it was an incredible honor and a pleasure for me to participate into the development of this bike. And I have to say that this is an incredible step forward. I mean, from 2 cylinders to 4 cylinders, I think this is a quantum leap forward. I have won many, races with the previous bike, but this one is really, really enjoyable. It reminds me of the MotoGP bikes. I have the same feeling, so I really, really think it's a bike that gives you, once again, great enjoyment because it has incredible performances. Now, Michele, you work as a tester, you come to Misano, and then 5th position in the MotoGP. You've won every single, race but one, so you really, really deserve an extraordinary applause. So thank you so much for what you do for Ducati. Thank you. Now, Panigale V4, well, if you will, it's the most extreme idea that we have when we talk about style, sophistication, and performance. Now, style, this is self-explanatory. I mean, look at the design of the headlamp, and then the real lights, the dashboard, and even the surfaces. Now, sophistication, please look at the details. Just take your time and look at the details. All of them are sophisticated. In terms of performances, I mean, V4, 214 HP, configuration Euro 4, though this is, once again, pushing the bar very high. 214 HP, this is extreme power level. In a way, when Michele said it reminds me of MotoGP, because of course the power of the engine is a very important, extraordinarily important element when it comes to performances. But we've also worked so much in order to have the PR, so the performance redefined concept. In the bike, you can find plenty of riding assistance systems that, in my opinion, are unique into the super sport bike scenario. I have 4 key bullets I'd like to share with you. 4 functions that, if you will, are really changing the system. So, cornering ABS, when we have introduced the Scrambler 1100. Now, this bike for the first time introduces a cornering ABS. This means that there's no lack of grip, even when you have a top angle. This is only front by Bosch, so only on the front wheel. This means that you can slide, the rear wheel. Dynamic slide control by Bosch. This is the system that controls the slide of the rear wheel. So even if you are not experienced, you can really use the brake on the rear wheel, but of course the yaw is controlled automatically by the system. We have a slide control during acceleration, together with the control of the sliding of the wheel. So you also have the control of the yaw. And again, we have a new system. This means that the gearbox, now the gearbox is automatically, so shift up, shift down. You have a DQS up and down. And in a way, it can change its behavior when shifting up, depending on, having to face a corner or not. So once again, downshifting is so sweet and automatic. Once again, to cut the long story short, 214 HP with such a lightweight bike, well, this is really a unique opportunity. Now, I think that we want to do something very easy for riders. So we only want to offer them fun and enjoyment or enjoyability, so something which is also safe and secure. Something so important was done on reducing weight. 174 kilos, this is the dry weight of this Panigale V4. It's only 5 kilos more than Panigale V2, so this means an incredible effort was deployed. Now, if you combine the 174 dry weight kilos together with the power, 213 HP, while the ratio between weight and power is the highest you have in this type of bikes. Now, this is it. I think that you now understand how the engine is, how the bike is, but we haven't seen the bike at the racing track. So let's see it at the Mugello track. Now, in an ordinary situation, I should say that this is the end. We have presented two totally new bikes. An incredible research and development effort was deployed, and this shows that this company really believes in product innovation. But there's another very last thing. As we usually do in our Ducati presentations, there's a final surprise. And the surprise this time comes from another world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Panigale V4 Speciale. Now, this bike, well, we made it to pay homage to this epoch-making change that we're going to experience in our company. So we decided to create a beautiful object. I will give you some details. I need to share with you one key figure so that you really understand how important this bike is. 226 HP, this is the power unleashed by this bike when being equipped with the Akrapovic exhaust that's supplied with the product. This bike is also able to reach extraordinary sky-high performances. It can be used on the racing track with all of the safety systems that I have talked about before. And I absolutely believe that this is, well, representing once again an extraordinary moment in time. I mean, the fact of purchasing a bike that has all of the technology that you have in the MotoGP, together with 226 real HP, you know, driven to the crankshaft in total safety. This is an extraordinary, one-of-a-kind, unique object. We are so proud that I need you to listen to the following. Panigale V4 Speciale and the champion Casey Stoner. Well, this is an incredible, conclusion of our presentation. Casey has left an incredible mark in our history.
We made together. Now we are working together with the development of the bike, and many of the results we are having also this year in the championship have been through the development and the kind of continuous flow of information. But now you are also testing this bike, and so what can you say about that and the similarity between this and the MotoGP?
First of all, I think I have a pretty special job, to be able to test these bikes, and especially something that's, I think, a privilege for anyone is to be able to test prototypes. And to be a part of the race team is the biggest, thing in my world at the moment. But to have the opportunity to be a part of this development in this bike and such a new era in Ducati has really been something special for me. And to see how everything's come together with the bike and how special it was during the test has been just awesome.
So, Casey, I have another question. Actually, to me, surprise every time you jump on the MotoGP bike and right away, after 1 day or 2 days, even without racing, you're there on the pace. And how this can be possible?
I don't really know, to be honest, but first of all, I sort of ride with my head. I know what I can get away with limitations, and that takes me to a certain level. And then basically it's just getting comfortable again with the bike, getting to learn the limit of the tires, and I'm not riding every week. So it takes a little bit of time to get used to everything for the first few exits. And then basically we start to fine-tune and start to move from there. So it's something I'm very privileged with, being able to adapt quickly to situations, weather changes, tires, different chassis, things like this. So I'm very fortunate to have this ability, but at the same time, still a lot of hard work.
Thank you, Casey. Ladies and gentlemen, Panigale Speciale and Casey Stoner, the best of the best. Thank you. Qualche piccolo dettaglio su questo oggetto.
Okay, then some minor details on this extraordinary object. I mean, we talked about the exhaust. We have so many components from billet in aluminum alloy, adjustable full packs, a brand new tank cap, and plenty of components in carbon. Now, the bike comes with aluminum rims, but as an option, you can also have magnesium rims. Now, if you put all of these components together, well, you save 10 kilos in terms of weight. Together with the increased power, the ratio between power and weight is 1.38 horsepower per kilo. This is impressive. We will only make 1,500 units. So it's a numbered limited edition, which is what we like to do to celebrate the most important moments in times in the history of our company. Now, this bike will be made, let's say, stepwise, because many components have a limited production, so we don't have a full availability, so it will take some time. But we know that we will have this opportunity. I mean, all of our supporters and fans will have to register and wait to have this unique product. Okay, then, this is it. Now, I'm serious now, and this is the end of this presentation. Now, it was a 60-minute long presentation. We have experienced, some special courses, so racing moments. I'd like to have all of my staff here tonight, Vera Spadini, together with all of the riders, Stoner, Piero, Petrucci, Lorenzo Dovizioso, Andrea Rossi, please be back on stage. We also have Imam, Huey Morgan, Eleonora, representing our youngest audience. Thank you so much for making it here. Vera, thank you. Well, thank you, Ducati. Thank you so much, Claudio Domenicali, for this beautiful presentation. Now, I have to say that there will be an incredible new race in Valencia. So the last race. Okay, we can really wrap up by thanking you for spending 1 hour with us. I also would like to thank people who followed us online or from home. Please enjoy our new models on the website that we have just launched. Please tell us what you think about this. I will see you WDW 2018, the biggest rally of Ducati, July 20th to the 22nd, 2018 in Misano. Thank you so much.